Hey guys, it is Lauren here with Dennis Bernard Pro. I am just going to be talking to y'all today about the COS system. And COS is like my go-to when it comes to color corrections. It stands for the Color Out System. If you don't know what that is, here's what it looks like. You can find this online through Dennis Bernard Pro. You can also get it at Salon Centric or Cosmoprof. Me personally, I just get it through them directly. I love it. So, COS, if you are a stylist, you have been through a color correction. You have probably seen those horror stories where your client walks in and they have blonde roots, black bands, red ends. And if you're like me, your heart kind of falls out of your butt there for a second and you start sweating, hands get clammy, and you're like, how am I gonna do this? But guess what? Now that I've discovered this, I don't go through that anymore. I'm like, oh, easy girl, sit down in my chair, let's fix you. So, COS, what it is actually a little reverse oxidizer. That just means it shrinks down those color molecules on the hair. Whether it's a semi-permanent, demi-permanent, or a permanent color, you can put this on those problem areas and you let it sit for a little bit, but it shrinks down those color molecules small enough to where they're actually able to escape the hair. So this is awesome. This is so awesome. So I'm gonna pull it out, kind of show you the different parts. So each Color Out system comes with two different 4-ounce bottles. You will have part 1, and then you will have part 2. And what you do with these is you can either get like an applicator bottle. I personally prefer the bottles. I just feel like it's a little bit easier of an application. Or you can get a non-metallic bowl. Just make sure it's non-metallic, because that can mess with everything. And so you will just mix these equal parts. So I would recommend, if you don't have like a measuring system on the side of your bottle, use a scale. So that way you know you're really mixing equal parts. And the cool thing about this too is sometimes when you just have like a little piece, like sometimes with my blondes, I make them a little too blonde, and I'm able to mix this in just a little bit, not the entire bottles, but I'm able to mix just a little bit for me to go in and kind of rub around them, and it takes out that color. So it's a super, super easy fix, and it's just super convenient. I'm always stocked up on that. So once you have them mixed up, what you will do, make sure your client's hair is dry, and also this will not work on direct dyes or henna. So if you have someone with henna, or you have someone whose hair is like too purple, it's not gonna help any of that. You might have to do something else. So remember, semi, demi, and permanent only. And just make sure you really understand that and you get the correct info from your clients. So you'll mix them up equal parts. You wanna make sure you kind of shake your bottle for about 30 seconds, make sure everything's all mixed, all that good stuff. And then once it is mixed, on your client's dry hair, make sure you are just completely saturating the problem areas. Now, if it accidentally hits the natural growth or the natural color, it's not gonna do anything, which is awesome. Because I've used color removers before and I accidentally hit the natural color, and congrats, I just made even bigger of a mess for myself. And that is not the goal here. So it's super easy. So make sure you get it super saturated, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area, you're not somewhere that's super cold or anything like that, and you can let it process up to 20 minutes. Sometimes you need the 20 minutes, sometimes you don't. Personally, I just kind of check in, I stick around and I watch my clients. And then whenever you are ready to rinse, you will take them to the shampoo bowl, and you want to make sure you're rinsing them for at least 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I know that seems like a long time, but you really just want to make sure you're getting that color remover out of the hair. And the more that you are rinsing, the more of that old artificial color that we don't want to see anymore, you are able to pull out. which is awesome. So just think longer the rinse, the better. And then after that, after you've rinsed for 10 minutes, you want to shampoo at least 3 to 4 times. This is to also just make sure the entire color out system is out of the hair, all that good stuff. One good thing too about this color remover is that stench doesn't stay in the hair, which is awesome, because I've just had horror stories where I dry it and it still smells like sulfur. So sulfur is a big ingredient in this, so you do want to make sure your clients don't have anything against sulfur or they're sensitive to that. So just double check on those little facts too with your clients. But yes, and so once you completely rinse and you've shampooed, you can go ahead and dry the client just to kind of see. You can do 2 of these in one sitting also. I had a client not too long ago who came in with the blonde roots, black box color in the middle, and red on the ends. And we got the red out perfect. The black was a little bit stubborn, so I went ahead and did another COS system on her, and it was great. Now her hair was able to handle that. It felt a lot better. It was still very soft. It was still very strong. So I did it, and it was great. But if you are going to color your client the same day after COS, you do just have to remember the hair is going to be a lot more porous. So it's going to affect the color a little bit differently. So just keep that in mind when you are formulating and all that good stuff too. Also, if y'all have any questions throughout this while I'm talking, just feel free to type them in, and me or one of the lovely people at Dennis Bernard Pro will get back to you. Any questions so far? Cool. So, the COS system too. Probably my favorite thing about it is after I use it on a client, the hair almost feels better. You know, if you ever used another color remover and it just feels like you stripped the life out of your client's hair and you're like, oh God, I'm so sorry. This literally almost feels better. So the hair is still gonna feel very soft, it's still gonna feel healthy. It's almost, to me, it almost kind of feels like a nice treatment to get all that buildup and the old color out, which is awesome. So highly recommend. This is my go-to. I don't use anything else. All the girls here freaking use it. Look, I got proof too. Brooke and Mary, what is your favorite color remover?
Color Out System.
Okay, so you heard it from the people themselves. But yes, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will be having a color correction next week, and I will make sure to post that on my Instagram and share it with Dennis Bernard so y'all can get word also, and you can tune in, and I will do step-by-step showing this and talking about it just a little bit more. That way y'all can see it work hands-on, and I promise you, your mind's gonna be blown. But yes, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said too, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or anyone else on the artistic team, anyone else with Dennis Bernard. My name is Lauren. You can find me on Instagram and follow my journey at Styles by Lauren. And then make sure you like this page and that you also give Dennis Bernard Pro a follow. And theirs is Dennis Bernard Pro on Instagram. Thank you guys.